welcome to Stitch and Stuff. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Hot Mess Express Kim today. Hot mess.
We're glad you're joining us to talk about our stitching and our hot mess stuff. We're all kind of a mess.
See how messy this room is? The rest of my house is like 100 times worse because for the I don't know how manyth time, I have people moving back into my house, which is fine. We are more than happy to help my kids out. It's just overwhelming. And the older I get, the more overwhelming it is. And they're doing all the work, but it's hot here today. It's like, it's not hot, but it's warm. It's in the mid to upper 70s. We have a few fans, but I was up in the attic trying to have them pull some of my stuff down. But
this is in the 90s.
Lydia's like, so that's not hot. It's in the 90s.
It's hot here because we don't have any air conditioning.
We don't either.
Breeze. We don't have a breeze. We've got nothing.
We don't either.
So, and the attic probably is 90 degrees up there. So anyway, they're bringing a lot of our stuff down and I'm purging. I figure that stuff's been in the attic, my stuff, for like, I don't know how many years and I haven't looked at it. If I haven't needed it, I don't need to keep it.
Yeah.
And when you get that mood going, you need to take advantage of it and jump on that train because yeah, the less I have to worry about when we move, the better. So anyway, I do have some stitching, but it's going to be a little chaotic here for the next month and a half before the wedding, I think.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Yeah, it probably will be kind of busy there.
Yeah. Anyway, this is our, we're a cross stitch channel in case you're new to us.
Yes, that's why we talk about stitching.
And Sarah lives on one half of our state and I live on the other half of our state. That's why we're not together.
Mm-hmm. And I have 3 daughters, all of whom are going to show something today.
Yep, we're a multi-crafting family. And this is our 49th episode.
Yeah.
And our big 1 year is next week.
Yes. 1 year and our 50th episode at the same time because I think we took off a week when Grandma passed and then we took off a week when I was out of town a few weeks ago. And other than that, we've recorded every single week this year, which has been fun.
And you've been on our journey. And I have to say, the comments we got last week were so fun to read. I mean, just really sweet and fun to read. And yeah,
I was laughing at most of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is who we are. And we're welcome if you're new and hi back if you're back.
Yeah.
And we're like probably going to be stuck at the 500 subscriber mark forever because I think YouTube is messing with people.
That's all right. We just do it for fun anyway. I told Liddy she could go first because she's extremly antsy to go play on the computer.
Okay, Liddy, come show us what you got this week. It's been a long time since we've seen you. Well, that wasn't very pleasant. That's on the internet for everybody to see now.
Cute. Someday you're going to wish you didn't do that.
I promise you someday you're going to wish that.
That you didn't make that face on the camera.
Okay. What do you got for us? What you been doing? Oh, were those
made of wood. My back's pretty tidy. I hope.
Yes, it is.
Somebody did part of the purple part, and they stretched one from here to here. One long thread.
You just thread it underneath so it wasn't loose?
They went from here all the way up to here.
This project was inherited from somebody.
Yeah, actually, no, they went all the way up to here.
Was it given to us by somebody or one of your other girls was given?
Unfinished.
Yeah. Diana gave it to.
Oh, you're gonna hang it on your backpack?
Yep. Cute.
I like it.
Anything else to share today?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, goodbye then. See ya. I love you.
That's from a comment to show more of your coloring, actually.
Oh,
so if you want to grab your color book while Millie's going, Millie can go and then she can show something.
Hi, Millie girl.
Here's Millie. You want to explain what happened to your eye?
No.
Okay.
Oh, she got black eye?
No.
Oh.
No. Is it even blood?
No.
What is it?
Doesn't want me to tell. It's nail polish and we don't have any nail polish remover. So I told her to just tell people you should see the other guy. And I had to then explain what that meant. Anyways,
Okay.
Okay.
don't come to the table.
I made a movie.
Nail polish. Oh, you did one too?
It's a book.
Cute.
It's a book,
Okay.
pages. And
Uh-huh.
writing.
Oh,
On
cute.
the back, I didn't see that. She covered the back of the paper. That's a good.
Oh, good job. That's a nice thing to do. You just use like glue stick to glue it on?
You don't know how to trace a heart and cut it out? and glue it on? She said, "Can you do one for me? Because I don't know how to do that."
Okay.
Motor planning, honey. Motor planning.
My almost 12-year-old, my 11-and-a-half-year-old can figure out how to do this. Yeah, Millie can show her paintings and you can show your coloring. Millie's been painting some too. So
Oh, yeah. Back to painting, huh? That's pretty. Good job. Good job, Millie. Are those watercolors?
yeah. With your set from your birthday?
Is that a rooster?
It's a dragon.
Dragon.
A rooster.
Oh,
See fire?
oh, I was looking at it the other way. I was like, I thought those were feathers.
What?
I thought the head was the yellow part of some kind.
Oh, like this is a comb or something?
Yeah, I thought the fire was feathers coming out the backside. I was looking at it from the other direction. Sorry.
What would be the tail then? What would be this part here? That's confusing.
I don't know. I thought it was just an abstract painting by my granddaughter.
No, it's a dragon.
Okay, I get it now. I see it now.
Okay,
Oh,
Liddy can
okay.
show her some, just pick one or two, maybe a couple.
Okay, so I've got
This
these
is the coloring.
beetles.
Wow, Liddy. World of Flowers. Okay.
Beetles.
That is a lot of work. Wow.
You know, they're really pretty, Liddy.
They're very pretty. Are you almost done with that? Ooh, like that one too.
Well, I've got this much.
Oh, you got a lot to go still.
And then we're working on that.
That's a pretty.
Beautiful, honey. Really pretty.
Okay,
Thanks.
Millie wants to quick show hers. You're
Wait,
being
wait,
so
wait.
pretty.
Some people, some people really find coloring.
Here,
cool.
let's let Rosie show something, then you can show
Bye.
Hi, sweetie.
because she's been so patient. So we'll let Rosie come in and show. Come on the other side, over here by Millie. That way you can be, I can tilt it this way. Rosie's 8 now. And Millie turned 10. I mean, this happened at the end of April, but I don't know if we really talked about it too much.
Another year around the sun.
What Rosie's been working on.
You've been doing one too? Oh, yeah.
When you started it, it didn't have any stitching on it.
Did they come with little patterns to follow?
I don't, maybe the original packaging did, but I think this was something, our friend Diana is moving out of her house. They're downsizing and I think she was cleaning out her craft stuff for her grandkids and for kids who come over to visit. And so I'm guessing, or maybe from an old Sunday school class that she taught, something like that. So she passed on those to me. So I don't know what the original packaging was like. They might sell those at like Hobby Lobby or something.
I
like
think similar things, yeah.
I would bet they came with some pattern suggestions, but the girls are just
Yeah.
doing this.
They've just been making their own up though.
You have the show? You have that? That's how you worked on? What?
Okay.
Okay, Millie. Millie does have another cross stitch to show too. And she
Okay.
her knitting. Oh, Millie is a crafter for sure. Bye.
Hi, Rosie.
Here, I'll
You got your in the spring still? Okay.
Happy spring. Okay, so Millie worked on her frosted pumpkin. Happy spring. You got the giggles today.
I guess something's really funny.
The needle is through 2 sections. There you go.
Okay.
How is it stitching on this smaller count fabric?
I don't know.
Is it harder? Easier? Just fine? Normal?
Oh, you worked some more on the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of counting, a lot of spaces in between your stitches, huh?
That and that are eyes.
Those are its eyes.
Oh, sure. I see now.
Like
Yeah.
darker gray. Oh yeah, I see it. Like darker gray stripes.
Yeah.
That's what those
But
spaces
I don't
are.
have the darkest
Cute.
gray.
This is such a cute pattern.
It is
I like all the I like the honeycomb. That's
Mhm.
new for you to do.
What?
That honeycomb back stitching.
That'd be fun. I like that.
Yeah. Did you have your knitting to show too?
Just a second, Sarah, can you pause it or just keep talking?
We can just keep showing.
No, like the big Rubbermaid crates that are back there.
I muted you. Okay. Let's see what else. So you've been working on this for a while too. So Millie's doing her third square.
It's birch tree.
Oh yeah, you can see she's been working on the tree. Okay. Hang on. I want you to unmute, Mom. I muted you.
Can you even see the white?
There you go.
Oh, so you're working on the tree still?
There.
Right there.
Not showing up really great, but
I
it
know.
never does until she gets the other stuff. Oh yeah, now I can see it.
So it'll be like one of these, which you can kind of see.
Right, you're working on them. I call it a birch, but who knows? Could be a
Birch or aspen. I think it's neither an aspen or a birch.
It's a birch.
You think it's a birch? We have birch trees, so that's why it needs to be birch.
yeah.
How about your knitting?
Okay.
We saw a house that we were looking at in Idaho that had 2 beautiful birch trees in it. And I'm like, yes, please.
I know they're pretty easy to root, I guess, too. So I'm kind of thinking about where we could root and
Are
put
they? Oh yeah, they're kind of
cut
spindly.
the
trees.
tips off of the new growth, I think, and then put it in water with probably a root
Uh-huh.
or I don't know what they call it. I forget.
A root booster. Oh, it's the blanket of largeness.
Doom, the blanket of eternity.
It looks. So how many rows have you done since you last showed it? Because it looks about the same.
I don't know, like one, because the rows
One
take
row
like,
takes forever.
Take forever. Yeah.
take like 3 days for me to get a row done.
This is your
Those
life.
are some big needles too.
I think they're
Good
30.
job. Good job sticking with it. One of these days you're gonna have it done and you'll be so happy.
Do a little bit while we're doing reading at night.
I was going to look on my list, but
Okay, and she wants to show her coloring. Really quick, just show one. Just, okay, or
Show your painting.
you showed your paintings. Okay. Then you're stealing all of the attention. Mimi and I want some attention.
Lovely.
Pretty.
Doing a great job.
And there.
In that little page.
Yeah.
That's your new book that I gave you for your birthday.
Yep.
Mhm.
Good job.
Lovely. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.
Okay. Whew, the Mariners game is going in the other room, so hopefully it's not noisy. I don't think the sound is probably not
No, I
carrying.
can't hear you.
But if there's any like whooping or screaming, it's Jesse rooting for the Mariners baseball.
I think do I need to sit on a pillow?
Meh. No, it's fine. There you go. That's better. Do you want, okay, so we had like a ton going on here. Do you want to do your whips now? Oh, featured friends, actually.
We have future friends and I have it from the vault.
Okay, I forgot to show you ahead of time, but I will show you. So we have a email. We got an email from Julie Dixon. Hi, Julie. And she sent us 3 pieces. And one of them is called Old Glory, and one of them is 2,000 years ago, and one of them is a Merry Season, and they're all shepherd's bush. So I'm gonna put them right here so you can enjoy Julie's beautiful stitching. by Shepherd's Bush. These were all stitched and framed in 2006 or before. I know that for sure because on 2000 years ago, and a merry season, the framer put the date on the back of the framing. I remember on a merry season, I stitched it twice because when I ironed the first one, all of the threads bled and I had already bought the mat. So I stitched it again. Oh, that's like so heartbreaking. That's the one with 4 motifs, the 4 in the square.
That's horrible too.
Oh, gosh. So
I know. I've never seen that pattern by them. I mean, I don't think I've looked at a lot of their Christmas ones, and maybe it was a limited one. But that's cute. And I love the 3 2,000 years ago.
That's 4 across.
Beautiful.
She says, I have always enjoyed stitching on Shepherd's Bush and thought you might enjoy these, as I know you stitch Shepherd's Bush charts often as well, which I do love Shepherd's Bush. I love that very season. I would totally stitch that. As a kid.
I feel like I went through a period before I quit stitching for a while. That was pretty much all I was stitching, the Shepherd's Bush kits that I had.
Just stitched that exclusively for a long time. Because then when I started stitching again, I was interested in stitching several of those as well. So I think I did a thread or a needle roll. I should show that sometime, maybe next time. So thanks, Julie, for showing those. So that's our friends. If you're watching and you have something that is finished or a whip, anything you would love to send in for us to share, we just like giving a platform for other people who maybe do or don't have a Flosstube. It doesn't matter, even if you do, send one in, and we'll just give you a shout out and a little attention. Yeah,
I love seeing these things. And like I said, I haven't looked at Shepherd's Bush website for a long time. I had a lot of their snowman kits and those long skinny band kits that I did, but I haven't looked at a lot of them.
I should look into doing some of those. I don't have any Shepherd's Bush going right now at all.
I do.
Like 20 that are just off to the side.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
Well, why don't you do?
So I have a very far from the vault. And this was, remember last week I talked about how I found my first pieces that I did and they were kind of mildewy. Well, this piece was also in that bag, and thankfully, and I've been looking for this for a while. Thankfully there's no mildew on it. And I stitched this before I show it. I think I stitched it. You were born in 80. We moved here in 86. So I stitched this probably between 86 and 88.
Oh.
You just kind of stained there. And I mean, I'd only been stitching for a couple of years at this point, so I'm pretty impressed with myself.
Did you ever, I don't remember you ever having that up.
No, it's never been framed. I don't know why. But it was from that Just Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. The one that had a lot of those Amish patterns in it originally, and it was the premier magazine back in the 80s. And I think it came out every month maybe, but when it came out, I was so excited. I was pretty sheltered. We were living in an apartment. We had one car. My husband worked 2 jobs. I was home with Sarah and her little baby brother. I cross-stitched a lot. In fact, I have a very distinct memories of sitting outside by an outside pool and working on this while Sarah floated around with her little water wings on. But yeah, and I mean, look, the back is just solid.
Yeah, crazy. And it's nice. You did a good job.
Not too bad. There's a lot of back stitching in this little baby. So I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll frame it someday and put it up in a craft room if I ever have one.
Yeah, you should.
But I was so glad I found it and it wasn't lost forever and that it didn't have mildew on it, because that devastated me. So yeah, that's my very far vault, deep vault.
Oh man.
Vault. Yeah.
And you have a finish too, you said.
Oh, I do have a finish.
I don't know what your finish is. I'm trying to think what it would be. You didn't tell me.
It's not a fully finish yet, but it's a finish. Hold on. I know I haven't had a finish for a while. I finished. Dum, dum, dum.
I know the suspense is. Oh, of course. You were working really hard on that one.
I was Dumpster Fire Friends Forever.
That's fun. She's going to like that.
Yeah, I just thought, what a memory piece, you know?
Do you know how you're going to fully finish it?
I think I'm going to do it in a little pillow.
Oh, yeah.
Then I think I have, I was looking at some fabric in some crates that are coming down from upstairs. And I have a bright yellow that maybe I'll do on the back. I mean, sorry, geez Louise, somebody's at my door, in case you didn't know. Just to carry on the quirky motif. But I mean, let's face it, someday we'll look back at 2020 and we'll go, what a quirky year that was.
Quirky is not the word. I don't know if
Maybe the pain of it will not be, will dim.
we'll just use the word quirky. That was just a quirky little year.
It's a quirky year.
Quirky.
I needed to have a quirky cross stitch to commemorate it by. I do still have that little charm that Heather Miller sent us at this 2020 that I'm actually going to put on my Barbara Anna quirky chicken that I stitched when we first went into lockdown.
That's a good use of that.
Yeah, I'm going to stick it on there because my early days of lockdown were just spent glued to Mary Tyler Moore every night and just working on that monogamously. That, and I think I worked on the Alicia Paulson piece, the autumn one that, yeah, I'll probably never forget that. So that was my finish. You got a finish?
I do not have a finish.
Okay.
No, I don't have a finish.
What are your whips?
Well, let's see. Okay, so I think this is a kid's whip.
So we're kind of doing big project mania.
Yes. Like kind of.
that-
There's something in my eye, and I'm sorry. It keeps like.
Oh, I had that yesterday.
There we go. I mean, it's
Allergy
better, and
season.
then it's kind of irritated again. So what would that be technically called stitch sania? I don't know for sure,
I
but
guess so. I guess that's what Lindy Stitches is doing,
I mean, we're
right?
not starting really much except on the weekends. Then I had picked
Yeah.
4 pieces out of my stash to work through each week. So this week, I was kind of my focal piece for mania
Some
was
people might call that maybe big ass project mania.
my bat mania. So this was my BAP this week. And I was really pleased with how much I got done. So when I first started this week, I had sorry, I'm trying to think, I'm on this one. I had most of this kind of done. So this week I was working more up here and filling in little spots down below.
Wow.
It's coming.
Wow.
It's coming along.
It's such a big project.
I know, it is huge. But it's
Colors.
pleasant to work on.
Mm.
Pretty pleasant to work on. I'm just kind of using a pencil to fill in, this is what the thing looks like. So the interesting thing is the colors on the chart don't match the colors on the piece, which is kind of nice because they're also similar in color that I'd have to look really hard. So some of the yellows look blue are charted in a blue. And at first I was like, I didn't really like that because I didn't feel like I could get an accurate picture of what I was, what color am I working? But actually it's nice because it distinguishes from the other. And then
I saw somebody, by the way, on Instagram that it was one of the Eastern European stitchers that I follow, or maybe just on the cross stitch tag, that did a piece very similar to that. I don't think it was exactly the same. Oh,
it was
gorgeous.
Pretty likely because
the colors are they pop so much.
Huh?
The colors pop on it so much. There's such vibrant colors.
And it's that wool thread, and so it really stitches differently. It's not as slippery as cotton thread, but
does it tangle?
Up nice. No, it doesn't really tangle. It actually probably tangles a lot less than cotton. And the lengths that I'm using aren't very long, so that probably helps.
Yeah.
But I love it. Fills.
I really cut back on the lengths that I'm using because I'm tangling all the time, and it must have to do with how I'm pulling it down and twisting it to come back up. It does help if I bring the eye up on my second leg. That does help a lot if I remember to do it, especially on the light.
I just did mine and let mine untangle every so often, and that seems to help.
Yeah. Well, good job, honey.
My Westco pieces this month are my Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. So I've finished the square, and now I'm working on this square, and I'm done with the seaweed now. So
good.
I love, it's kind of hard to see, but I love that there's a light green.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
It kind of adds a depth to it and a little bit of shiny pop, like a brightness in person. So I worked on that for a little while. I probably really need to put in some more time on that this week. But I was trying to focus on my Barbara Bergeau Richards, but I got discouraged.
Is that your other whip go piece?
That's my other whip go. I got a little discouraged because I realized, so I have stitched the chair and her, and then this week you'll see I stitched some of this brown, but then I finished kind of a good stopping point for this and thought, well, I'll go start this girl, this woman, and realized that this strip right here of this reddish brown that I actually was stitching a dark brown, I accidentally only stitched 4 rows instead of 5. And so now I'm realizing that is, I knew I had made some mistake, but I thought it was in her dress. But now I'm realizing what I did was I did this first because it's in the middle. I think I did the vase and then I did this. Oh, now I'm like second guessing myself because I do think I started with the vase. I was thinking I started with the table and that I counted everything else off of that. But actually, if the vase is correct, well, it doesn't really matter because I did count the woman off the table.
Yeah.
Which means I'm going to try to figure out what, I don't know. I haven't figured out what to do. So here's where I got to. I was just frustrated because
yeah.
So you can see I even put a stitch in and then I realized, wait a minute, that's
something's not right here.
Not lining up right. So I'm debating between adding a row here and just making sure I don't count anything else off of her, which I haven't counted. I knew there was a mistake in her. So all of this I counted like carefully, I think, from the table. Although now I'm thinking, wait a second.
If you count it off the table, that's why she's off. Right?
So, yeah. So I'm going to need to really look at this project and figure out what I need to do to fix it.
Oh, I feel your pain.
Hopefully I can come up with a solution that's too irritatingly much work, but anyway, so that was kind of discouraging, but I got a good amount of time done on that one between that border and then just puzzling out what was going on wrong.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple more things I did. I worked on my cuore, I batik cuore, my Christmas tree one. And I was trying real hard to get as much of the house. I just want to finish this house because I want to move on to fun, cute little motifs.
Yeah.
So I worked along on that white border a lot on the house, the top and the sides.
Cute. So cute.
Love to get the house done. Do you need something? What do you want? Go play. You like watching me? I feel like I have an audience here.
You do.
Okay, and I worked on my Told in a Garden farmer's market piece.
Oh, that came out again.
Yes. I think I spun and I think it popped up for one of my days. So I actually lost my planner this week. So I didn't know what I was supposed to be working on, but I did remember that this was on that list. So I have modified it a little bit. Originally, I was going to change it to not have any, like kind of make it non-Amish, just because I don't really decorate like with Amish things and whatever. But then I decided to change that and I went back to doing it kind of Amishy. But I did change the buggies I'm going to change these into flower pots still, just because I kind of did.
What did you work on this week on it?
I filled in this roof on the silo, I think wasn't done, and all this green and all this, I finished the rabbits in the cage and I did this.
Wow. Okay.
And this guy I started.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I did quite a bit. I might have worked on it a couple days. I don't know, or a long time on one day. It is a nice piece. I do like working on this one.
What is that keeps making an appearance on the side of your
Millie wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh.
So that's what it'll look like. But I'm changing these to little flower pots.
Yeah.
At first I didn't know what they were. And I was like, I don't even know what those are. I'm going to change them to flower pots. And then I realized later, I looked at them and realized, oh, those are probably supposed to be parked buggies off to the side.
Yeah.
And go. That's what.
Kind of a popular.
Now go. Go away. The last thing I did was a new start. So it was my weekend start for, oh, I have 2 new starts. Where's my other one? This wasn't my new start. This was my new start last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Did
gonna
you work on it some more?
grab my, I did, I worked on it quite a bit more. I'm very pleased with my progress.
Oh. Oh yeah, because you just barely had some letters started last time.
I think I had the C done last time, so
Yeah.
did all the other letters and a little house.
It'll be a quick
okay.
project for you.
It's on even weave. So, and I have a new start. So I might, okay, then I did have a new start. I just forgot to grab it because I had said it somewhere else. This was my Sania new start from this weekend.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, I posted it on Instagram if you follow me. So I started, I just ended up starting in the middle and I'm kind of working on her skirt here.
And it's on AIDA, so it's gonna go fast.
AIDA.
Well, as fast as that kind of piece can, but
yeah, I mean, it's got this ton of colors for this small little project.
yeah.
It has, I think it has like 23 or 21 different colors, which I organize on these chipboard, like cardboard things, plus this gold.
Ooh, fancy.
It's gonna go in there, and all these little charms and beads. And
it's gonna be so pretty.
Yeah, the colors are so pretty. Like, I don't even feel like they're kind of showing up as good there. That's a little bit.
I think your picture on Instagram was a good picture of it.
Yeah, it was pretty close. It's a little more blue in real life in person than it looked in that picture. But that was a fun one to get to start something new. So those are all my whips from this week.
Whips.
Not really all the things I plan to work on since I couldn't find my planner, but I still
know. We all know that I have a planner. This is my planner. And as we were getting ready to Flosstube today, I thought, where's my planner? I'm running around the house, which is all chaos out there anyway, but my coffee table's not a mess, which is always sits on my coffee table. Couldn't find it. I ran into all the different rooms thinking I'd already grabbed it. Or I might have said it first. What if it's behind the couch cushion?
3 guesses as to where it was.
The magical couch cushion delivers again. Slipped right down. Okay, so I am a hot mess. My mania is a hot mess. I think it's just this wedding. I think it's just
cross stitching is just for fun anyway.
I know. I just feel like I'm really scattered and I'm really disorganized and I'm just
cross stitch.
I stitched. So what did I do? I stitched on. So my focus piece for the last 2 weeks. I have 4 weeks in May. The first 2 weeks has been my Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. Now starting tomorrow, it'll be my year at Hawk Run Hollow, which I'm starting all over again on better fabric. But I did work on Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, and I'll show you the square before I show it. So I'm working on this square right here. And it's got, I started up here in this corner and I'm working down. I do much better when I work down rather than working up. And I was quite alarmed to notice when I actually pulled this out and pulled all my flosses for it, that this whole area right here is full coverage white, which I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah.
I can tell now that I know that, but
okay. I worked on this a lot this week, and you're going to wonder, what did you do, Kim? I did
that house. That's a lot.
I did this twice.
Oh, that's right.
So I really have doubled it. Okay, so what happened was I started up here, which was fine. And you know, I had made mistakes in this block, so I'm not making mistakes in this one. I refuse to fudge anymore. So I stitched this, and then I stitched the bird, and then I came down and started stitching the house. And I'd gotten to about down to here. When I realized something ain't right here. I had stitched this bird too far over or something. I was off a couple stitches.
Oh no.
So I ripped it all out. I didn't have to rip any of these little motifs out. Thankfully they were right.
That's good.
And you can't see it very well because my camera's really not that good, but there's a couple different colors of turquoise in there.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to have an a green eye, but it doesn't show up, so I'm going to do a black eye. But yeah, so I started this little side house. This
Oh yeah.
This little one.
Yes, I see it.
There's a lot of house. Yeah,
Oh, you
but
put
I'm
a
down
ton
to
of
the
progress,
bottom of it. So
especially-
from here, huh?
You've made a ton of progress though, especially considering you had to stitch it twice. Like you still did a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm actually down to the bottom of the house. So here down would be the snow, and then down here would be the fence. So that was my focus piece all week. And I did work on Dumpster Fire Friends a little bit to get that done. And then I had a new start that I didn't show. I didn't start it till after we recorded last week. So I have 2 new starts to show this week because I started it real quick before the end of the day on Sunday.
That's right.
And it's Tempting Tangles. It's the winter bird one.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
right.
starting up here. And I'm on navy, and navy is a challenge. But I basically got that little tiny bit of border done,
There you go. Oh, on that blue.
which is the only border on. That's all there is that little section. So
Well,
I could drop down and start the words.
there's more down low, you know.
Huh?
There's more in that other corner too, you know.
Shut up. I might not do that border. Yeah, you're right. There is.
Sure.
I didn't look that far down the pattern. Apparently, I'm only
You
looking
have
at
a long
the
time
part of
to
the pattern.
So you have a long time till you get there.
Oh yeah, there's no rush on this piece. And then my other, I mean, really, I was pretty pathetically, I really didn't work on much this week. I'm looking through here. I've done none of my magazine monthly. Dumpster Fire Friends finish was one of the things for that.
Yeah.
My magazine monthly challenge I need to work on. Like, okay, because like, I mean, we're halfway through the month and I haven't done my whip go. My whip go is my Joyful World SAL, which I was waiting for those. I was going to work on this other border and then get my flosses on Friday. I didn't work on it, but I got my flosses.
Yeah.
And what's my, Sunflower Fairy from Nora Corbett is my other whip go, and I haven't started working on that yet this month. But I did start a new start, and it's a big one. It's a big one, folks.
I knew this.
I started my Ring Around the Rose tree, and I'm starting right up here.
What are you stitching it on? What count?
I am stitching this on a 32 count antique white Lugana,
32.
and I love it. Yeah, and I started up in the very center, and I just basically did this rose. This rose took me hours. Will it focus? It's got 2 or 3 shades of green. It's got 4 shades of pink, and it's got a shade of mauve and a little tiny couple stitches of gray. Okay, I want you to, anyway, you can see that rose,
Yeah.
which when you look at it far away looks more like a rose. But anyway,
Pretty though.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those big roses in this little top part of this tree. And then a couple of smaller ones and a lot of leaves. So it'll be a while before I get down to any girls' heads. I do love it. And it was really hard to put down because it was just fun to see that take shape. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of color changing. I think I'm gonna, Sarah and I were talking, I think I'm going to leave some threads hanging when I'm doing those pink roses because
Yeah.
some of this is just scattered around. So I didn't want to count too far away to do some of those. I wanted to stitch kind of in order, so I didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah.
So that was my big start this week. My second weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my second start of the month. And yeah, that's all I got. Other than plans. I had to make a copy of this too because the chart is like was too I don't want to ruin the pattern in case you want it or in case I pass the stash to somebody. I wanted to keep this was passed to me from a friend and it would be nice if somebody else wanted it. I did an Instagram search by tags and not a lot of people have stitched it. There's a couple of European stitchers that have stitched it that have posted on Instagram, but I haven't seen a lot of other people stitching it.
Interesting.
So if you know of somebody, let me know.
Yeah. Oh, I bet somebody will chime in the comments and say somebody else who stitched it.
Tina from Tina Stitches is doing something similar to that one. It's that Christmas one she's got going. I think it's little Christmas
They're like
angels.
running or something, aren't they? Across?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So pretty.
Yeah, that one is so pretty.
That's it. I mean, I guess mania is just kind of making me work on one thing during the week. I mean, I could branch out and do other things. I think I'm going to try to, well, not talk about haul. Are we going to talk about future plans or do my haul?
You can do haul.
Hmm?
You can do haul.
Okay. I don't have a lot of haul, but I do have a haul. So, the week before Junie was born, I had talked about this devastating thing that had happened to me, which now I'm embarrassed because this was not devastating, but having a baby born at 2 pounds, 14 ounces into your family, that can be devastating. But this was kind of devastating at the time. I wanted that Barbara Anna 4 seasons pattern, and only this one Russian shop called Nitka carried it, and they had run out. Okay, so that's the backstory. And I think their thing in their shop are crafts in these tubes. And this is how it came to me all the way from Russia.
Wow.
I know, and it came in one piece. It wasn't bent, nothing. I mean, it's pretty hard.
Smart, actually.
The mailman came. I wasn't expecting it till maybe July. So they did a second run on these because they were so popular, and they had to wait for their fabric to get there to put the kits together. And ordering off their website was a little tricky for somebody as challenged as I am, because even though it translated to English, everything looked like it had gone through, but I never got an email from PayPal telling me that it had shipped, because they do tracking through Europe. I think it left Russia, went to Poland, came through New York. And anyway, so I all of a sudden people on Instagram were popping up that they'd gotten theirs, and that somebody else, yeah, mine's stuck in New York. And I'm like, okay, I wonder if mine is. Because I asked them, is this the second shipping or the first that you're doing? And so the gals are so nice that own this company. If you email them, they message you right away. And they said, they resent me the email. I think I don't know if I did it through PayPal. I must have. But the PayPal receipts go to my husband's email, and he probably saw it and then deleted it. And so anyway, I got it. I got it within, I think they shipped it on April 28th. I got it in less than a month from Russia.
Wow.
Which is crazy to me. The mailman came, and I wasn't expecting it at all. I knew it was in New York earlier in the couple weeks, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't getting my hopes up. And then one day I was sitting here working, and the mailman knocked on the door, and I thought, oh, it's probably an Amazon. And he's got this gray package with all these stamps on it. And I don't have a very good picture of it, but this is what it is. It's these 4 girls, spring, summer, fall, and winter.
Mm-hmm. Cute.
And it's the beautiful Zweigert linen. I believe it's 32 count. And all the flosses came already on there with their numbers.
Nice.
Braided together. Isn't that pretty?
That's pretty.
And I will start this after Mania.
Nice.
I won't let myself do it till after me, but I just love it. Because I love Barbara Anna.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just sent out a notification that the second, it might be the last part of the Dreaming Garden SAL just dropped, which I need to get that printed. So the pattern's all in there. It was very lightweight, but the shipping was expensive. I think the kit itself, American dollars, was like 20, for the fabric and the flosses. And I think they're DMCs. They don't give you the DMC number at all, because I think people have cheated. They just have their own number. But it was like $28 maybe for the kit, but the shipping was like another $20. It was quite a bit, but that I had no idea. In fact, my son works in transportation, global transportation, and he goes, wait a minute. He goes, we ship back and forth from Russia? And I said, apparently, they don't do commercial goods. So it must be certain qualifications that let them ship worldwide, or maybe it's shipping through another, I don't really understand how, somebody said that I guess Canada does not, there's no shipping between Russia and Canada.
Really? I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's what they said anyway. So anyway, I was very pleased about that. That kind of, in fact, that came on Monday, and I was having a terrible technical challenge work day that morning, and it was just a rough Monday. And then that came, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a good day now. So
It all better.
pretty much it. That, and I bought some flosses that I was missing, and I bought our giveaway for this week.
Thanks.
That's it. That's my haul.
Okay. I don't have any. We're being very budget conscious. My husband is in grad school, and he has kind of a busy work summer. So I think he backed off on the credits he's taking, which meant he couldn't take out loans, I guess. I don't really understand how
You have to take a certain load.
you have to have a
be able to get one.
credit load to take out loans, and he didn't feel like he could do that this summer. So we're paying out of pocket for the class or two that he's taking, which just means, I mean, it's fine, but we just have to be.
I didn't know he was going to do summer school.
Yeah, I think he's taking 1 or 2 classes.
Good. Gets you done fast.
Maybe 2. It's good. Yeah, I mean, it'll help him get through. He's studying counseling, so it'll help him get through. It's still going to be a slow ride because he's taking it while working full time. So he's not really able to go to school really full time. So it'll take more years than it would if he was just full time student. But you know, at the end he'll have it done and it'll be worth it. So
Steady wins the race, honey. That's what I say.
yeah. So in the meantime, I'm just having to be a little bit just budget conscious, which is fine. It's not that big a deal, but it makes me sad because I wish I could buy lots of fun things. But someday I will. Someday, someday this journey.
I just tell you right now,
It doesn't make me sad.
I have a present for you next year for our 1 year.
Oh, fun.
I'm so excited.
I know. Yeah, I have a few ideas about.
You don't have to buy me a present.
Well, we'll see.
I thought, oh, if you have to, I have to commemorate it. Yeah. Do you want to talk about your book? My book is the same. I'm slogging through Jacqueline Spear. Somebody did ask you if you would put together. Did you see that comment?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I did see that comment. Oh, that's a great idea.
Also, Steph from California wondered if we would do another Zoom meetup. So
I saw that too. I was going to mention that. So we need to pick a date to do that.
we'll do another one. Yeah. People want to do it, we'll do it.
Let's try to do one in June before my surgery, maybe sometime early, you know, middle.
Yeah.
We'll announce. We'll talk about next week as part of our 1 year, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm also still reading. I finished Snow and Rose, which was sweet, and I loved it. I saw you bought it.
I bought it because I just thought it was so cute. I haven't started it yet.
You should read it. It's a fast read. You'll just put it in your bathroom and read a chapter here and there. The chapter.
I should. I don't have a bathroom book. I should put one in there. I used to.
Read a chapter when you go to the bathroom, and then you'll get through it in a few days. It's really sweet. It is. Yeah, I can see why Millie loves it so much.
Yeah.
So I finished that, and then I'm still reading I'm mainly reading the Mysterious Benedict Society book #2, which my girls also wanted me to read. So I kind of put aside the some of the other
ones. Yeah.
But I was reading. Oh, I did read some from that Astrophysics for People in a Hurry or whatever.
I didn't see anybody commented that they were reading that book too.
I know, that doesn't surprise. Probably doesn't have a lot of overlap niche for the cross stitch community, but I am enjoying it.
Yeah, and I'm still reading Maisie Dobbs, book number second to the most recent one that came out this year, but it's been slow. I've been staying up late stitching, and
the third one is on my nightstand, so that'll be one I eventually start. So I want to finish. I want to go back to reading the it's the one. It's called A Corpse Too Many. It's the one about the monk.
Caddisel. Is it Father Caddisel or?
Yes, Brother Caddisel. That's the one I want to go to. That and the Maisie Dobbs series are both like kind of mystery novels set in the past. So that would be one to finish and then start the third Maisie Dobbs. That's kind of my mental plan for summer reading here. I really love summer reading in my mind. Like I don't always do a lot of it, but I like the idea of like planning a summer reading list.
I used to always have summer reading lists when I was a book blogger.
Yeah.
I started knitting and cross stitching.
I know. I should put together a little list and then just see if I can check through. Modern Mrs. Darcy is a podcast and website that I like to follow, and she always puts together really fun summer book list.
Does she?
Lots of different kinds. So yeah, it's modernmrsdarcy.com. I can put it in the thing. If you're looking for a book list and I'm not fast enough to get some recommendations out, but you can check out hers. She has, her podcast is fun. It's called What Should I Read Next? And it's her, and she does like kind of an interview style with a person. Sometimes it's just a listener that it applies to be on the show, or sometimes it's kind of a publisher or an author. And then they'll talk about their like what they're reading now, and maybe their 3 favorite books, and then a book they hated or didn't like. And then she puts together book recommendations for them that they hopefully have.
Oh yeah, I think I have that podcast in my library, but I don't think I've ever listened to it.
Yeah, I listen to it a lot. I feel like I listen to it in the summer for some reason, where I'll be like out hanging laundry or something.
You don't have all your school reading to do for the girls.
Yeah, I just have more time on my hands to listen to podcasts during the day while they're out playing or whatever. So I'm kind of excited. We have a little ways of school still to do, but.
Well, my kids that are moving in are up in the attic today, making room for their stuff. And I had said, just bring a bunch of my stuff down. We moved stuff up there. I don't know, when did Kelly and Austin live here? 4 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
And when they moved, when my other Penny's parents lived here for a short while they were saving money, they actually lived in this room. Mm-hmm. And in this closet back here. And I had some bookshelves. I had a ton of books that I had collected. And also in my laundry room, we had to clear off shelves for other stuff that we were moving out of here. So the books all got packed up, and I haven't seen them since. I don't even know what books are in there. When for a long time, I had a lot of books. I had a lot of homeschool books I was getting rid of, and I listed them on a website called paperbackswap.com. And so you set up an account. I think it's still going. And they had kind of a hardback version and a softback version. And so you earned book credits every time somebody wanted your book. You earned credit. So I was racking up credit. So I was just getting books right and left, and all you had to pay for was book rate. You had to package them up with like brown paper, and you printed a label, and then you mailed them out like book rate. So it was cheap. And I don't know, there's probably 7 crates of books up there. Some of it is Dad's. I just think I'm going to get rid of them all. I don't think I need them. I don't want to move them. Moving books is hard and heavy, and I don't have anywhere for them. So that's what I'm going to do after we podcast here, is go through some of those boxes. I've got other books and I my Kindle. So I think, but I did used to read a lot more before I was knitting. After 9/11 hit, I read a lot for several years.
Yeah, you
and
did.
Then knitting kind of took over, and then now cross stitching and work. I also went back to work full time. So.
Yeah, when you went back to work, I'm sure your reading time kind of
everything got. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. That's on my list of things to do, is donate those. And do you have plans?
Yeah, I do have plans. So
wait, should we do giveaway?
Yeah, we can do giveaway and then plans.
We didn't have a giveaway last week, but I just got the email from you with Julie's address. So Julie, I will get ink circles out to you. But I did go to my cross stitch store on Friday to get threads, and I picked up a little present. This is so cute. It's a heart and hand. It gives a DMC conversion, so you don't have to use the classic Colorworks. It is a Doodles spring.
Oh, cute.
Isn't that cute? And it comes with a little button, I think, goes right there.
Like in a little
pouch right there. Anyway, it's cute, and it's not real big, and it's really cute.
That is really.
So, I don't know. We didn't even talk about what people. We can just say you want the bloom pattern. Want to use the word bloom?
Sure, bloom.
Bloom.
Or say what's blooming in your garden.
Yeah, if you want to be real creative, yeah.
But I
starting bloom
when I search.
Yeah, I've got irises that are starting to bloom for the first time. You know, I planted them a couple of years ago, and they didn't bloom until this year. So
I have my irises are blooming. I have these really pretty apricot colored ones that bloom very first, and then when they kind of finish, then the lighter purple ones start, and then when they finish, the darker purple ones start. So that's what's blooming in my garden.
Those birds kill me with the long legs.
Like they look like they're strutting along.
I know, it's just sweet. Anyway, so that's a cute one, and it's spring, summer, I did trim my ferns all back because we have ferns. I don't know if where you all live, there's ferns. Ferns grow wild all over here, and they're a nice filler in a yard. You don't want a lot of high maintenance plants. And so I've been kind of collecting them as they grow wild in my yard. I dig them up and plant them in my beds. But I never knew how to keep them. Like they would come back every year, but they always looked kind of brown. There was always brown stuff. And I finally talked to a friend who had big, huge ferns in her yard. And she said, oh no, every March or early April, you go cut all the growth off of them. And underneath there'll be little tendrils just starting. They look terrible for about a week. But lo and behold, last 2 years I've done that. I did it late this year. I just did it a couple of weeks ago. My ferns have all tendrilled out and they're all they're all leafing out, and I love them.
Wow, that's cool to know.
I know.
Really, ferns. I mean, you can probably grow them here, but they're not very common. It's so hot and
You
dry.
need more wet. Yeah, you need more wet.
Yeah.
But
You know how last year, you might not even remember, but I feel like we talked about it sometimes. My rhubarb was giving me fits because I had rhubarb that I'd been trying to grow for years and left here by the people who owned the house first, but it would like grow to about, I don't know, I would get like 5 branches and then something was eating it. And I was going crazy because everything online says, oh, nothing eats rhubarb. Not like, and then, but I thought maybe earwigs or maybe ants. I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, this year it's amazing. Like it looks finally taking off. So I don't know if it's just gotten better water this year. I have no idea what the difference.
I think it loves water because mine's planted in an area that's always soppy. It's behind the kids' trailer and it's damp there all the time. And I mean, I've got rhubarb leaves that are this big. I need to go actually cut that rhubarb. Yeah.
In a few years, I think it'll start looking better. And it already had new leaf. When I cut some last night, I made a rhubarb. It was really good. A rhubarb custard cake. And then, but I could already see the new, like you were saying with your ferns, the new growth underneath it. So
yeah. I'll get at least 2, if not 3. I could get 3 cuttings out of my rhubarb. The first one is always the most, but I always, for sure, I'll get 2 cuttings out of it in a season. It's crazy. Yeah. I was watching Call the Midwife, and there was an episode where it must be kind of they alluded to that was a Scottish thing, but they cut rhubarb, raw rhubarb, they dip the end in sugar and a little bit of salt and they eat it raw. Yes.
Ooh, tart.
Very tart. So yeah.
Making my mouth pucker.
Okay, what do you have for plans?
So for my BAP Mania, I will be working on, I don't have a picture of this. It's the big dimensions I have going.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to work on that this week and just kind of as much as I can. I didn't pick any specific goals.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm just working on it as much.
Focusing on it when I sit down. And then I'm not technically doing a new start because this is not a new start.
But it's an old start.
An old new start. In fact, I'm not even sure. I'll have to look at how this is even supposed to be oriented. I don't even know what part this is. So I'm going to go back and stitch that, I guess, for a little while.
Cute.
Yeah.
It is really cute.
And then I'm also planning to work on my toile sampler that I spun as well, just so I have some variety during the days. Supposed to work on my Barbara Bergeau Richards on Tuesday. I'll probably look at it and see if I can figure out what's wrong.
It might just stay in timeout a little bit longer.
And then I'm supposed to work on my Snow Queen on Wednesday, which will be fun. And my Milk and Cream Co., which is so close to being done. I don't know why I didn't work on it this week. My Sunflower that I worked on this week popped up again. And I'm supposed to work for spring on Saturday next week on that Patty O'Hare Lizzie Kate bunny that I was working on. And
yeah.
I haven't worked on it for a while.
Yeah.
So those are my plans. And then I'll keep working on my Whip Go pieces too. I'll try to get, I don't know, I'd like to be up to 4 to 5 hours on each of those done this week.
Yeah.
But one of those is the Barbara Bergeau Richard.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Sounds like a good plan. We're writing. Yeah.
What about
my
you?
plan's not going to be that exciting. Well, it's going to be a little exciting. Well, my focus mania piece is going to be my sad little year at Hawk Run Hollow that I'm going to restart in case people are wondering what that pattern is. And I can show you the cover. I have nothing to show you except for a piece that I'm going to rip out, but I love all those little motifs.
So
And
you
I'm really, really, really,
haven't started it yet.
no, that's going to be my, I worked on my Christmas one for 2 weeks, and this will be my, I'm restarting that whole bit. I was restarting that this week as my, and I'm really falling in love. The more Carolyn Zook shows her spring at Hawk Run Hollow, I'm really falling in love with that one too. So
I know.
someday, maybe. I do hope to work on my Dreaming Girl. I won't show her, you've all seen her. And then I also need to work on my Magazine Monthly Challenge. So my Magazine Monthly Challenge is also a year at Hawk Run Hollow. I think I made it fit for like two of the letters in the acrostic. I think I made it work for. I haven't looked. Sunflower Fairy is on my Magazine Monthly, and it's my WIPGO, so that's going to come out. I already did the Have You Any. Well, I need to work a little bit more. That was a new start for me. I need to do another hour on that. And a year at Hawk Run Hollow was 2. Dumpster Fire Friends is done, but this is my focus piece for that month because it's flowers, and I haven't picked it up at all this month. So this piece is coming back out.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping to work on a few of these little things tonight when everything calms down. And my new start next weekend, because I finally have the floss I wanted. Well, actually, the floss I need, nobody has it. It's molasses, and I can't find it. I mean, maybe some little shop somewhere out there does, but I'm going to start the Blue Flowers. The Creation of 1,000 Forests is in a single acorn. And I love this piece.
I understand.
And actually, the color that I needed is really this border, most of it. So I got a DMC equivalent. I think it'll be fine. I don't think that color is used much in here. But if it is, I picked up a couple other browns that look kind of similar that I could use if I really wanted some variegation.
Molasses, I can look and see.
Yeah, the most important thing I wanted variegated was the letters, and I've got that color.
Okay. Yeah,
That
that'll be kind of stand out, and maybe the leaves. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's
So I'm going to start that this next weekend.
fun.
And that's about it. I don't think I really want to drag anything else out. I've got the Dreaming Girl Frida. Dreaming Frida. And I also have been printing out the Dreaming Garden, and I will do those. I've got them kitted up. So,
Fun.
But not until after Mania. Then I will spin more. I'll put those all on my spin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my spin is kind of measly. Like right now I have 2 fall pieces. I don't think any of the things I'm starting are fall either. I could put some on the
You
fall.
might have to come and look at my fall pieces and see if there's any patterns you want to borrow.
I know.
I've got a lot of fall patterns that I'm not going to stitch right away. So
Yeah, maybe I should do that. Because I think I finished a bunch of my fall ones. And now I just don't really have any going. So when I spin, it's just between 2 different patterns. Like kind of silly to even spin the wheel. Like which one of the 2 will it be? And then if I don't like that one, I respin and it pops up like 7 times. I'm like, that's silly. I should just take the one I want.
it's only 2. Why are you spinning again? You need to officially say you can work on that one.
The principle of the thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm changing it. I'm not working on sunflowers on Friday. I'm going to work on tunnel of trees.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm just changing it. Okay.
Fall Friday.
I know, but I spun sunflowers like 4 times.
Those are your only 2 that are on there?
Put a bunch on the sunflower piece, and I'm kind of tired of working on it. So I want to work on tunnel of trees.
Yes.
Tunnel of trees has actually been on my list to work on for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and I just haven't gotten to it.
Because of the yeah. Okay.
Last week, because I lost my book, and I couldn't remember what I was supposed to work on each day.
Oh, I'm sad that you don't have a magical couch like I do, because
Well,
my
my
couch
feels like a magical couch.
my couch is looking out for me.
Well, I had taken it in when I was editing our video from last week. I took it into the schoolroom where our computer is that I work on for that, and I forgot that I left it there. So I kept looking through all my cross stitch stuff because the only time I remembered having it was during recording last Sunday. And then suddenly, today I thought, I know where it is. I know where I had it last. I had it when I was editing and stuff. So there it was, right on the desk, but I didn't remember.
Okay, well, that's all I've got. It's been, not your typical mania, because usually it's like, I don't know how many people, I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about doing like 30 new starts.
I haven't seen that
And I'm
happen.
wondering if mania is going to kind of just really develop into, I mean, it already kind of has into so many other focal things,
Yeah.
like Stitchsania or Whip Mania. There's so many other things like, so people are making it what they want it to be, which is fine.
Yeah.
Apparently the Facebook group, the people that led that Facebook group have disbanded it. So there's a new group kind of taking it over, but I
haven't even joined. I mean, I just was kind of doing it. I'm not even doing
it. Doesn't matter. There's not like any reason to be on it.
Right.
It's not like I need help finding more patterns.
No. I think I've got that covered. You've definitely got that covered.
It's bad. Yeah, but I'm not purging those yet. No, nope, I'm keeping those. So anyway, if you are watching, like and subscribe to us. And if you want the bloom piece, use the word bloom in your comment.
Yeah.
And come back next week for our big celebration.
Our 1 year, 50th episode and anniversary. Can't believe it's been a year.
I can't either.
Strange year.
Well, and it's really weird to me to think that the kids are moving back in here because they were living here during the pandemic. They moved out in June to their apartment, and it's been a year already that their lease is up. And I'm like, time is just really weird. It's really weird this year and last year too. It's just, everything seemed really slow last year. But now when I look back on it, it doesn't seem like it was that slow at all. I mean, things picked up, I guess, but yeah, I'm not, yeah, we have a lot to do for the wedding. We're actually having a work party at the friend's house that's going to be hosting it. We're getting our kids, as many that can come over on Memorial Day weekend, to do a bunch of yard work and pressure washing it. There's just a lot of little details. Now that it gets close, you remember that all these wedding details happen at the very end. It's stuff that you try to plan for ahead and you can't until it's closer. I think that's where we're approaching, and that's why I think mentally I'm not all there.
Yeah.
I'm there, but I just feel scattered. My wedding shoes came.
Yay.
They're too big.
Oh, they are. Are you going to just send them back and have them send you another size?
I'm not going to send these back till I get the next size down, because I want to make sure those aren't too small. Because they're not really too big. They're a little bit too big. I could probably put some pads in them, but I'd prefer not to if I can get the size down. But if I'm not going to wear a pair that's too small.
Yeah.
So I'll send one pair back. They were really on sale, so they took a while to get, but and if they don't come in time, I'll just wear these ones. I love them. They're perfect, and they're perfect with my dress, and I'm happy with them. And
yeah,
that's a relief off my mind.
Good. Yeah. Yep. The flower girl dresses came. They look darling on the girls.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna go, I think, look for a dress. Just kind of, I don't need it to be super fancy, just like a little pretty sundress or something to wear this week, I think. So yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. Be safe. Happy teaching.